Could this be Europe's most overrated city? Rome is one of the most popular destinations in the world, but it's a city that many visitors either seem to love or hate. While some travelers love Rome's history, culture, and beauty, others complain that it's crowded, dirty, and full of scammers. Our family recently went to Rome for the first time ever, and in this video, we'll share with you our honest thoughts on whether Rome is overrated or if it's worth visiting. Yes, let's see, the views are better.
Oh my God.
In Venice. All right, see some trees, it's nice. We took the train from Venice to Rome and stayed at Le Meridien Visconti, Rome, which was pretty centrally located. The girls had a double room, while Serge and I had a king room. And yes, thankfully the views here were much better than our rooms in Venice. So the girls loved the breakfast buffet here because there is an enormous machine of Nutella.
Y'all, this is the big boy. See, Daddy, we're not putting that much.
We're doing 2 squirts on each triangle.
Not what much?
That's my father. Okay, so it's a bit of a rainy day today, so we decided to do something indoors. This is the Children's Museum in Rome, and it should be fun. We're here with like 5,000 school field trips, so hopefully there'll be some space for us too. Oh, are you guys farming? Oh. Is it organic? Because I only eat organic.
No, it's not.
Oh my God, get these pesticides out of here.
Straight from the lab. You have to beat the other chef.
God, what is this?
It's my meat leg.
That's huge.
It's my meat leg.
Wow. After the museum, we walked over to have lunch at this great little neighborhood spot. Here's my cacio e pepe. This looks so good. Ooh, this looks good. What did you get?
It's cacio e pepe without eggs. That's what she said.
Oh, okay. Why are you guys eating my food? I didn't even have any yet.
You don't eat
Excuse me.
Every time we go out and I get a cheeseburger, you always eat my french fries.
No. Well, how is it? How's my food?
Your food is good.
We cleaned ourselves up a little bit to have some photos taken. Then we headed over to the famous Trevi Fountain. And yes, it was just as crowded as you would expect. Legend has it that if you stand with your back to the fountain and toss a coin over your left shoulder, it'll guarantee that you'll make a return trip to Rome. So of course, we all had to go. It just happens that our friend Karen, who is also a family travel creator at the Mom Trotter, hello Sean, happens to be in Rome at the same time as us. She's here with her son and her mom, so we're gonna meet up for dinner. If you're not already following the Mom Trotter on Instagram and TikTok, you should. She and her family make great content about RV life, as well as domestic and international travel.
The favorite is gross, so I will be giving my honest review.
Oh, that looks very crumbly.
It's very crumbly. Say hi!
This is Aiden.
It gets a 3 out of 5.
The next day, we headed to one of Rome's most popular sandwich shops.
We got the sandwich from, I don't know how to say this place.
Atlantico Vinaio.
Yeah, Atlantico Vinaio.
I think.
So this is
That's a big sandwich.
focaccia bread, some kind of sliced meat, and it's got pistachio and cream in here. So,
And that was pesto.
you want to try it first?
I like it, but I don't like the bread or the sauce or the pistachio, but I like the meat.
It's like different, but it tastes good. I'm not used to eating pistachio spread.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, right.
It's a little nutty.
squad is pulling up. They're like, this one's red. Oh, red. This one's red.
We went to check out the Pantheon. It was built nearly 1900 years ago and is one of the best preserved of all ancient Roman buildings. It was originally a Roman temple, but became a Catholic church around 600 AD. By the way, outside big attractions like the Pantheon, you're gonna find a lot of people who are out to either sell to or outright scam tourists. If anyone tries to hand you a rose or put a bracelet on your wrist, don't accept it because of course they will demand money from you for this so-called gift. Before you come here, watch a few videos on YouTube about tourist scams in Rome so that you know what to expect. And of course, always be vigilant with your belongings to avoid falling victim to pickpockets, of which there are many here too. So we're here at the Coliseum. We're gonna do a tour, and it's a pretty cool tour because we are actually gonna be able to go onto the floor where the gladiators used to fight.
We tend to forget that people love color. It was possible to analyze the small traces of rocks that were left on the stucco work. So we know that that was painted in red and blue, maybe. The Colosseum had a long history, and when it was abandoned, people came to live inside the Colosseum, and they brought their animals. They had to be tied, so they made the holes in the corners for cows, for donkeys. For centuries, Christians thought that they were killed in the Colosseum. This is not true.
Oh, so that's not
People
true.
were killed and Christians were killed, but not here. This happened in other locations, like in the Vatican, where there was a stadium for that. We know that the gesture to condemn was like that. But maybe it was exactly the opposite. Since the thumb is a sword. So this would mean kill him. Or this is put back your sword as safe, so to give the grace. Or maybe the gesture was like that, which is, still meaningful. It's not true that gladiators had to fight to kill the animals. The fight of gladiator was man versus man. Then in the morning, they were hunters. They had to hunt the animals. But the meat was not just wasted like that. It was prepared by professional butchers outside. And then at the end of the day, it could be distributed to the crowd.
Our guide was great, but I'm gonna admit right now that it was really hard for us to focus on this tour. Why? Because, oh my God, it was hot that day. The sun was beating down on us relentlessly the entire day, and there isn't all that much shade to be had when you're touring the Colosseum and the Forum. We've traveled to a lot of hot places in the world, but there's usually relief to be had in the form of air conditioning once you go indoors or get in a car or on a train. But in Italy and much of Europe, air conditioning is basically nowhere to be found. Not in restaurants, not in taxis, not in stores. And if you stay in a local hotel or Airbnb, you likely won't have AC there either. Personally, I think traveling to Europe in the summer is highly overrated. I much prefer Europe in spring or fall. That night, we were too exhausted to go outside, so we had dinner at the restaurant in our hotel.
This is really cool. I've never seen this before.
It's frozen.
This is how we chill the white wine. So it's like a bag.
Shh, don't reveal the secret.
And you just lay it down right here.
Oh, that's so nice, instead of having an ice bucket.
Yeah.
So Serge, tell us about this wine, the Frascati?
Yeah, the Frascati, right? So it's local to the area, and that's about it. Okay. First we need to...
Good Lord. You snort in there.
Good one.
Are you
paying for it?
I thought this was a luxury family travel channel.
Snorting in wine.
You have to. You gotta do this.
Can't take you anywhere. You have to have the second sip to
about the
taste it
legs?
for
Oh, I
real.
had the first one.
Check the legs. Are you supposed to spit it out after you taste it to see
We're
what
not
it
like,
leaves on your
it's not a wine tasting. We're
I
just
thought you
drinking.
said let's taste it, and you're tasting wine, so it's wine tasting.
Yeah. Sean just made an amazing
I
discovery.
saw this and I was like, why is it not on? And there's no buttons down here. So I was like, turn on. Turn on.
Oh. Wow.
You guys are
Good morning. We are on our way to do a day trip today. We're going to Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast is about a 3.5-hour drive from Rome. We arranged for a private tour and it was well worth it. It was time to move on to Pompeii. Pompeii was sort of the Las Vegas of its time. It was a party town where people flocked to have fun. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in 79 BC when a nearby volcano called Mount Vesuvius erupted. The city was covered in nearly 20 feet of ash, which actually preserved the city perfectly. Pompeii's ruins were discovered in the late 16th century, and much of it has been excavated over the centuries. I remember vividly learning about Pompeii as a kid in school, so it felt surreal to get to walk these streets in person. As fascinating as this place was, just like with the Colosseum, it was really hard to focus because of how incredibly hot and uncomfortable it was that afternoon. If we have the opportunity to revisit Pompeii, I definitely come when the temperatures are more comfortable because it makes such a big difference to your experience. So today we were supposed to do a street food tour, however... Oh, hi.
I didn't see you there.
However, our guide got sick, so instead...
So we did our own research and we found some of the best street foods they have in Rome. So we're gonna do our own street tour and we're gonna take you guys with us and we're hungry and it's gonna be awesome.
But first, we stopped by Villa Varnicina. This is a small art museum in the neighborhood of Trastevere. The building was originally a wealthy banker's mansion, built during the Renaissance in the early 1500s. There are some really beautiful frescoes inside. By the way, our family is visiting 22 cities in 2022, and Rome is the 16th one we visited so far. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next city we'll be visiting.
So we're here today to try the Porchetta Sandwich. This place is good because they make the Porchetta Sandwich and they also have like American style sandwiches also. So it's like crispy on the outside, juicy in the middle, soft bun. It's really good. So this is not the most traditional place to get it, but they do make it in-house. It's really good. It's moist on the inside and kind of crunchy on the outside.
So one advantage of going to this place is that they're probably the only place in Rome that has iced coffee. I tried to get an iced coffee even at our very American hotel, and the server was not happy about it. So
American right now.
they're just super embarrassed to see me walking around like this. But man, it's not a very good iced coffee, but it's the only one I can get, and I'm enjoying it very much. Okay, the next food we're gonna try is called Trapuzino, and this is actually one of the newer street foods in Rome. It was invented in 2008 by a local pizza chef here, and basically what they do is they take pizza dough, they form it into a triangular pocket, and then they stuff the pocket with various ingredients. Okay, so we got the meatball kind. There's a few different flavors you can get, including oxtail stew, I think artichoke, Parmesan, a couple other combinations. But the meatball one looked legit, so we're gonna try it out. It's good. So the outside of the crust, it's pretty crisp. It tastes almost like it's like the outside is deep fried or something. You can see it's one big meatball. The meatball is very flavorful. Love the sauce.
The tomato sauce is like tart. The meatball is very soft and moist, and the bread is really good.
It's so flavorful. Some ASMR.
No.
Okay, the next food we're gonna try is called supli. It's a deep fried rice ball with tomato and cheese. And it has different variations. Some of them have different kinds of stuff in there. I think some have beef in there, some have a bunch of different things.
tastes like chicken parmesan.
You can taste the risotto. It's made kind of al dente. And the cheese and the sauce are good. I think there's ground beef in here too.
So the next food we're gonna try is Rome's version of pizza. So one of the things that they do differently here, not every place, but a lot of places you'll find, is they cut it into squares to the size that you want. In Italian, forgive my pronunciation, it's called pizza altaglio. And it's basically pizza by the slice. So this place is supposed to be really good. We actually walked past it like 3 times looking for it, so it's very much in the cut, it's very hidden, but we're gonna go inside and try it out. Okay, so we got 2 different kinds. It's really inexpensive. This whole thing was probably about 250 euros. So I'm gonna try this one. Looks like there's maybe a bit of pesto on it. It's like very moist, but also the crust or the dough is like really crisp as well. Really nice like mix of textures. I'm trying the second one. This one I think is just tomatoes, sauce, no cheese, right? I don't think. Okay. I like the other one a little bit more, but this is good if you're a big tomato fan. Okay, now we're on to the Sean and Ella portion of the food tour. Show me what you found.
These, we had them in Venice and they're super yummy. And then we saw these eyeball gummy thingies on TikTok and everyone just bites the plastic and it pops. So then, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm too scared. Let's try it. Cheers. It's like blood inside.
Is it good?
It looks like a mouth. It's very good.
Okay, so we're off to do something very cool.
Guys, look at my mask. Yeah, that's right.
Where are we going, son?
We're doing a watercolor art thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a watercolor and sketching class where we walk around different areas of Rome and we're going to make some art with a professional artist. Our teacher and guide Kelly is actually American. She moved to Italy in 2005 and has lived here ever since. Sean and Ella are very good at drawing and painting, but Serge and I don't have much talent in the visual arts department. Still, it was fun to break out of our comfort zone, use some different creative muscles, and try to see Rome through an artist's lens. When we were in Venice, we took a Venetian mask decorating workshop that was also a lot of fun. Click that card up there if you'd like to check out our trip to Venice. By the way, we didn't visit the Vatican on this trip, even though our hotel was close by. As you may or may not know, Vatican City is actually considered to be its own country. When we were in Italy, the Vatican had some extra COVID requirements that were different from the rest of Rome. To be perfectly honest, I had so much pandemic travel fatigue that I just couldn't be bothered to figure out what exactly we had to do in terms of testing or documentation to go in. So we just decided to skip it this time around. Hey, this is my finished masterpiece. It came out pretty cute. So, is Rome totally overrated? Well, I found a lot of the criticisms people have to be correct. Not only is it crowded, but it often felt as if we were surrounded by nothing but other American tourists all the time. So this definitely is not the Italian destination to visit if you want to feel completely immersed in the culture. Of course, we weren't exactly going off the beaten path on this trip. We were definitely checking off all of Rome's greatest hits, so we spent a lot of time in the touristy areas. But even Milan's most touristy areas never felt as overrun by Americans as Rome's did. Also, the scammers really are everywhere. Not only do you have the rose guys and the bracelet guys, but all around the Colosseum you have people trying to convince you that you should buy a ticket from them, not the ticket office, or that you should take their expensive guided tour instead of whichever tour you already prearranged. Even for us as jaded New Yorkers, who are already used to avoiding eye contact and unnecessary conversation as a safety and self-preservation mechanism, it felt exhausting to be dodging these guys constantly throughout our trip. So I can only imagine how it is for travelers who hail from more genteel places than we do. All that aside, there's something really incredible about exploring a truly ancient city. In a young country like the US, it feels like any building over 150 years old gets a big plaque. But in Rome, you're just casually strolling through streets and past buildings that are literally thousands of years old, all while modern life is going on all around you. It's a unique experience that few cities can offer. So in my opinion, Rome is definitely still worth a visit. Just go when it's not so damn hot. Click that video right there to find out whether Venice is worth the hype. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.